Okay, what's up, people? What has happened with Innocent and Annie Idibia? What has happened, Annie Macaulay and Two-Face? I've seen so many people and your messages. I've seen a few tags. I've not had time to really pay attention to all of it. I've just gone to do a quick Google search, and I've discovered that Innocent is reaping the karma of his choices, and that it is much better for Annie Macaulay to step away from all this drama and nonsense. I've been saying this for a long time. Baba himself has some mental issues. He does not like peace. He does not like stability. He does not breed peace. He does not breed stability. He loves drama, and so he generates drama. And unfortunately, because Annie was with Two-Face, she was the recipient of the drama. Most of the time, she was the face of the drama. But she was also the face of trauma. A lot of us did not realize. Most of us were jumping on her tail, and she's crying. Annie was crying so many times. Baba, at least a couple of years ago, 3 years ago-ish, Baba decided as a married man he was going to go and find his baby mama without telling his wife, and Annie was here screaming and shouting. I'm sure today, when Annie hears some of these things, she's drinking water and minding her business, and it's good for her. I was watching reels a few days ago and one lady says, one of the worst things about being divorced is that you are no longer in the person's BS. His drama does not affect you. Oh my God. And you can sit in your new house in peace. And you can drink water and mind your business. Yeah, that is what I'm sure Annie Macaulay is doing. And in fact, what Annie Macaulay now has on the cards, it's a much better thing than what Annie Macaulay would have been subjected to a few years ago. There are some people who just cannot create peace, cannot curate peace, cannot live in peace and let you be in peace. And sometimes the best thing to do is to remove yourself from there. We will know who the dramatist is. We will see it by their fruits. We are now seeing him. He's going to find this new Natasha. I think Natasha is pregnant, right? And he's already having altercations with a pregnant woman. Why did the altercation start? Apparently, Innocent was busy paying too much attention to women he shouldn't be paying attention to. Natasha got, whether it was jealous or she got mad or whichever one, I don't know. I've just done a case research. You people who know, please bring me up to speed. What did Innocent do? Was it Natasha beating Innocent or Innocent beating Natasha? Which one was it? Because it sounds like there was an altercation significant enough for an arrest to be made. And so, but can you imagine as Annie Macaulay waking up and finding that that could have been you in that drama? It could have been you doing this, it could have been you in the news, and you are not the one in the news, and you are now somewhere having peace and minding your business. Sometimes there are some relationships, especially, and I have seen this with so many of the musicians. I've seen it with so many actors and actresses. A lot of people from the arts, the stars, the celebrities that we know. It is very difficult for you to actually build a relationship with them, because they don't see themselves accountable for the little things that most people should be accountable for in relationships. They don't. They expect to be given a get out of jail clause. They should be able to do whatever the hell they want whenever they want, and they don't want consequences for their actions. And so being with people like that, I am not a fan. And I remember now, even as a young girl, rich people were never my thing. Famous people, hell no. Because the accountability that you need in order to build a life with many people, the accountability you need, a lot of these people from the arts do not, and society doesn't even hold them to the same. If Two-Face Idibia was some broke-ass boy, all of us would be chewing his hind for the foolishness he was doing in the first place and continues to do. And I saw a video where a lady was telling Nigerians to stand down about Two-Face Idibia. And yes, I subscribe to that. Stand down and let him face the music that he has selected to play. Let him dance to his tune. Let him dance to his tune. He needs to face the tune and see what he has selected and see whether it was a good tune to select or not. That boy would cry. That boy would cry. But like, what is wrong with us? Some of us are hilarious. What is crying that boy? Huh? Where were you when somebody's daughter was being cried? Did you see? Is it only his crying that matters? Justice for Annie Macaulay and all the other women. And I keep saying, all the women who are in the stories of these men are their victims, you know. Sometimes they are stupid victims. Sometimes they are also willing victims, but they are still victims. They are victims. I feel as sorry for this Natasha girl as I felt for Annie Idibia. Any woman who will be running away to go do whatever Iyanga with innocent Idibia is asking for problems, because innocent Idibia has grown up and matured, being held accountable for nothing. Hello Nanaya, how you doing, sis? Yeah, he has grown up being held accountable for nothing, absolutely nothing. And so anything goes, anything happens. I like drawing lessons for all of you. And I would say to those of you who are ordinary as muck like me, whether we draw from this Two-Face Idibia, what is his name? Innocent. My dear, the fact that something happened in the typing is even lucky, because it was a verbal instruction to the AI and the titling happened. Whatever the spelling is, yeah. Abaga guy. Once you figured out it was innocent, we will manage him like that, eh? It was verbal instructions that I didn't even get time to read. Whatever it is, who does those videos? Whatever it is, yes, we are going to manage it. Amma Manson is not here for grammar lessons. Amma Manson is here for life lessons. Amma Manson is here for the bigger, deeper things. Yep. Sometimes you can like, you didn't check your spelling. I'm a science teacher, I'm a scientist. Spelling is not one of my greatest suits. I can spell it, I probably can do it, but normally my life is on steroids and we focus on the bigger things. The lessons I want to draw for you is for the women who refuse to run from trauma. Yeah, Dana, I am very good, thank you. The women who refuse to run from trauma, the ones whose spirits don't seem to want peace. I hope the avoidance of this wahala for Annie Idibia is enough encouragement for you to see the improvement you could bring to your life by being a little brave. And I don't think even Annie Idibia was the one who was brave enough to choose. If I remember correctly, it was Innocent who left, right? Yeah, he found a better woman. Yeah. Sometimes you'll be minding your business and your man will find a better woman. Wish him well. Yeah, Oba, you know me. I try to do the best I can, but perfectionism we cannot dwell on. We make peace and we move on, yeah? Yeah. Sometimes the guy deciding to leave you in the ditch is actually the greatest favor he can do for you. I think walking away from Annie Idibia is the greatest gift Two-Face could have given her. Because Annie herself doesn't look to me as a woman who would have wanted to move. Why? Because she did not want to quit. Why? She does not want to abandon ship. Yeah, sometimes the reasons for these choices are difficult to understand, but she would not have done. When a guy gets up and he says, bye-bye, see you later, I hope stories like this will help you to find the mental fortitude to survive and to thrive, okay? You are there minding your business, managing your husband with his imperfections like that. One day he comes and he says he no longer wants you again. My sister, don't drink poison. Let him go. Let him go, because it might be the universe's way of doing you the greatest of favors. Because I think the removal of Two-Face Idibia from Annie Macaulay's life is certainly a thing that she should go to church for. She needs to go and thank God. she has been spared plenty wahala. And she may not have spared herself the wahala. In my estimation, I have not found one exception of all the stories I have ever heard of a woman who is managing a man and trying her best. Sometimes the women don't even know that there are flaws with these men. They are managing, they are surviving, they think they are happy in their marriage. One day, the man will use his 2 left feet to get up and leave. A lot of the women are upset. They cry for months. Sometimes they reel. It takes a lot of rallying to get them on. But whenever that has happened, and I have seen it, it doesn't take long down the road for the women and those of us around to find that it was the best thing that happened to them. Many examples. I've told you a story of one of the girls who watches this, a friend of mine. She was married, 3 children with a guy. One day, the guy decided he did not want. Not only did he not want, he did not want her to stay in the house also. He wanted her to leave. And he took custody of the 3 children and sent this woman into the streets. At that time, she was unemployed. She had no money, she had nothing. By that action of the guy, she was forced to go back and regroup. As a single woman with no attachments, she was able to go back to school and go do her nursing degree. After a few years, she had finished her degree, found a job, got herself a 2-bedroom bungalow, and eventually the kids returned to her. It was a glorious return because at that time she had been given a little bit of space to work and raise money and to save money and to build capital and to build a lovely egg nest for herself. A lot of the times, the removal of your trouble seems like a wahala. Take your time, my sister. So I don't know who needs to hear this. It may be me, it may be you, who knows? But if a guy comes to you and says, I no longer want you, my sister, don't drink poison, Don't drink poison. Remember some of these stories that we are sharing here and tell yourself, only time will tell. Maybe even reduce the crying and the wailing and the screaming. I'm not saying it will not be upsetting. Of course it will be upsetting, but ask yourself, what is the universe doing here? God, what is it? Which wahala might you be removing from my life? Let's wait and see. Is the better attitude. Look how long we didn't have to wait in this Annie Macaulay story. We didn't have to wait. These days karma has no patience. I thought you needed to be long-suffering to wait for karma. Karma has lost patience. At the moment, karma is paying people back quickly. So go and drink some water, cross your legs, and wait and see. Cry for 5 minutes, and then have a look and see how can you move forward with what you have been given. What could be the silver lining under the cloud that you can see? Because in every dark cloud there is a silver lining. You just need to be open and to look hard enough. You will find the silver lining. I will take my time and I will watch. This is my initial reaction, having not seen too many details of this story. I don't know. I'm very sure some long mouths will start drawing Annie Idibia and trying to get her opinion. She should just cross her legs and mind her business. Annie doesn't watch my videos, so this video is not even for Annie. But this video is for those of you, my sisters, and for myself, who are married to men that we adore, who have invested heavily in our men and are not in a hurry to give up our investments. It is to us sisters who stand the chance of being done hard by, or being deserted by the very men who should show us some loyalty. On those unfortunate occasions when you find yourself being done, I'm telling you today to take a seat, breathe, drink water, and see what the universe is trying to do for you. This is the Annie Idibia story, and it's not too different from the May Edochie story too. I'm sure if you cast your eyes, you don't need to cast them very wide, you'll find plenty of examples. I saw something about May Edochie recently, and I looked at how fresh that woman is looking. Peace is very good for the human body, you know, peace. When you see May Edochie, you can see from her facial features that woman is now enjoying peace. Peace is good. It's good for the blood pressure, it's good for your skin, it's good for your kidneys, it's good for everything. And a lot of the time, the thing you are afraid of, the thing you are clinging on to so hard, is probably the thief of your peace. And when your peace has been stolen for a long time, the Lord says, my daughter, it is enough now. You don't suffer enough. Bia, my daughter, take a seat here. Your brother-in-law is doing the same to his wife. Wow, show his wife this video. Tell his wife, maybe that's the reason why I'm making this video. Tell his wife the Lord might be taking a load from her neck. Tell her to sit quietly and watch and see what the Lord does. I have a friend whose husband decided, for no reason, for no apparent reason, he no longer wanted his wife. He wanted a divorce. He wanted to end everything. He wanted to end everything formally. He moved out of the house. 2 months later, he was struck by a stroke, the magnitude of which is indescribable. He was so struck he couldn't speak. He became a vegetable. My friend was not even 40 yet, and she would have been saddled with having to nurse this guy. Do you know what it takes to nurse a 6'1" guy who has been struck by stroke? To carry him, to wipe his nash, to feed him, to wash him, to clothe him, and then to go to work and work because this guy cannot work, to pay the bills and raise the children and do all these things by yourself. Do you know what it takes? By his own 2 left feet, he decided he no longer wanted. He himself went and ended the marriage. Kabam, 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 tan. 2 months later, he was down. Their family members called her, hey, your husband has a stroke. And she's like, which husband? The one who took his 2 left feet to leave me 2 months ago. Now, that one is not my husband, though. That one is my ex-husband. Can you please come and care for? No, by his own actions, he's no longer my responsibility. Find out where he was going, because he told me he did not want me. And that is how a woman managed to find peace, to raise her children alone, to at least work for herself and work for her children without needing to worry too much about the care of an infidel, because the guy had been unfaithful. He had been awful to her for years. Just that, you know, the way we are, she would never have left. And if the guy had not divorced her, she would never have divorced. Efia, she would never have divorced. She would never have divorced. But the Lord knew that that load was too heavy for her. And so the Lord wanted to lighten the load for her. And the Lord made a person choose to remove himself from her list of trouble. To feed 3 children, now wow. To feed 3 children plus a man who cannot move, who needs round-the-clock care, with 3 little children, that's 4 children. She didn't have the resources, she didn't have the capacity to do so. And guess what the Lord did? The Lord let him use his own 2 feet to move away so that she could have some peace. It became a problem for his sisters and his mother, because those were the family members he recognized. He clearly did not recognize my friend as a family member. He no longer wanted to associate when things were going well for him. Well, when he gets his troubles, he also gets to keep his troubles. Sometimes the things you are crying about is the blessings of the Lord. Sisters, listen to me. Yeah, isn't it the African woman's greatest fear? Divorce. And my friend, sometimes what you are afraid of will bite you on the bottom. Let it bite and let's move on. Can you imagine? And this one, the stroke had destroyed him, but he didn't die quickly. He didn't die quickly. The process towards the end would have ruined this girl. It would have ruined her children. But she would have stayed out of blind loyalty. But the Lord, knowing this guy did not deserve her service, made sure that he himself removed himself from the equation, so that she was his ex-wife, not his wife, when this happened. They got divorced, and 2 months later on the clock. These days, karma is not the old karma. The modern karma is very quick. It will serve it to you with hot. So when you are doing stuff, be mindful. Take your time. Treat people fairly. Okay? Treat people fairly. Fear, sometimes the Lord is doing you a favor. I'm sure being God is a very difficult job. It's like parenting. Well, he's our parent, isn't he? I understand God now that I've parented 2 children. There are times when you are doing the very best thing for these children and they don't see you and they are busy giving you wahala whilst you are trying to help them. My daughter in particular. Girl, sit down and let me do. Hey, I'm busy trying to do the best thing I can do for this girl. She's complaining. But shut up, girl. I'm trying to help you. I'm sure that is what God feels a lot of the time. The Lord is trying to remove a load from your neck, and you are busy in church screaming and shouting, tying down problems to yourself sometimes. Trust God. Trust that He is always on your side. If He allows something to happen to you, you get a reason why. If He permits your husband to betray you, you get a reason why. If He lets your husband go elsewhere, there's a reason why. Trust God, have faith, and sit somewhere and chill. It would be nice if a lot of us were brave enough to remove ourselves from some of these situations. Most of the time we will not. And so the Lord is like, hey, yeah, this is Gen Z karma. Hey, this karma is not like the old one. Oh, the Gen X karma, oh, it was very patient. That's karma. It required you to be long-suffering. It will have you wait for centuries, decades, before it will finally move. By the time karma begins to move, you yourself are incontinent and you are on a walking stick. No, not modern karma. Modern karma doesn't have time to waste. Modern karma will serve wutu to you. Hot. It doesn't allow it to cool. I like modern. Look at Two-Face Idibia and his karma already. Modern karma. And so those of you who want to do wicked things, know that modern karma is not like the old karma. It will not wait for you to get old. Be prepared for the sins, the wages of your sin to catch you up right now. And so those of you who are wronged by people, modern karma is an impatient karma. We have never seen this type of karma before. Don't think that the things your father did and got away with, you will get away with, because modern karma is not the same as the ancestors. Yeah, be positive. Do no evil to no one. Treat people according to the biblical principles and you shall be fine. If people manage to take advantage of you, they are taking advantage of you in the short term only. In the long term, you will win. In the long term, you will win. Have faith and keep going. Have faith and keep going. It will be all right. The man has taken his salary and he's gone off. He's forcing you to learn how to earn money. So listen to the lesson. Take the lesson. Go and build yourself and become something and take care of your children. It will be fine. The people who do the worst things to you in life, they teach you the greatest lessons. And those lessons, they change your life going forward. So no, don't cry. Don't be born too much. Let it go and move on. Share. New generation karma. New generation karma. It uses the internet too. 21st century karma is now using AI agents. It will locate you. Kaba, 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 kaba. It is using AI. Hey, it has assistants. Karma will locate you fast and give you your portion. The people who are crying for Two-Face Idibia, no, I'm sorry. Haven't watched Annie Macaulay all these years, and I enjoy Two-Face's music, but the man Two-Face, his behavior, I am not a fan of. And yes, I think baby Two-Faces need to see what happened to grandfather Two-Face, so that the one-face boys will learn some common sense and treat my sisters fairly. I want One Face to see the karma being served hot to Two-Face, so that One Face may behave differently. Maybe if One Face learns the lesson from Two-Face, it may make the environment a lot safer for some of my sisters. So let's see. Nigerians, stand and pray for Two-Face. Pray for Two-Face for his behavior to change. Pray that Two-Face will understand that there are consequences for actions, so that he doesn't take the actions and does not suffer the consequences. We are a society that supports a lot of foolishness. It irritates me. So yeah, if you sent me one of the Two-Face videos, yeah. The guy told you his name was Two-Face now. I suppose he hasn't lied. Has he? And his name is the most ridiculous of them, Innocent Idibia. When he was with Annie Macaulay, he said he was innocent. He is now with Natasha. Is he still innocent? How many times will one boy be innocent? Actually, it's not a boy, it's a man. How many times will one man be innocent? I am relieved for Annie that she's away from this. The last time I saw her, she looked so much better. And some of you are now beginning to understand those videos I made 2-3 years ago when the brouhaha first hit. And I was telling Annie to remove herself from this toxicity and that it is not going to serve her. What man the Lord has put together, let no man put asunder. How many of you know what the Lord has put together? Some of these marriages are what man has put together. Some of these marriages, people were incompatible from the very beginning. The incompatible relationships that we set up, sometimes it is what man has put together. What man has put together, let the same man put asunder sometimes, if safety is the issue, if well-being is the issue. I pray that we will be brave to read the writing on some walls, because in some of these relationships the writing would have been on the wall for years. Sometimes being blind to what was on the wall may give time for things to mature and for things to change. On those occasions we are grateful for our blindness, but sometimes in the long term, after blindness you will lose one eye. If it pokes you and makes you blind, eventually it will take your eyeball out. So that is the gospel according to me on this two-faced Idibia business. Thanks be to God. Have you understood? These days, I think it's worth when I make videos to put my disclaimers in for you. Yesterday, I made a video about this Daddy Lumba thing. And I was telling you guys that I do not recognize an illegitimate woman and her children. And some of you were screaming, I'm married. I am married under ordinance. Well, I thought that explained what my belief is. In the same way, I am married to one man. If I didn't believe in monogamy, I would not have wasted my time to be married. And I could have remained on the street. After all, in the street for the street, you can be for many people and many people can be for you. If I believed in being for people and for my husband to be for the streets, why would I remove myself from the streets? I am not for the streets, so my people. I am not for the streets. And so when you watch me and my position on this two-faced Idibia, please know that I am not for the streets. And so my views will be reflected in the conversations I have. Yeah? Ama is not for the streets. Repeat after me. Ama believes in monogamy. Repeat after me. Ama believes in fidelity. Repeat after me. Ama believes in fair treatment. Repeat after me. Répétez là-bas. No, it wasn't répétez là-bas. Regardez là-bas. Regardez là-bas. Ama does not belong to the streets. Ama is not for the streets. Not on the streets. Hi. I'm good, you? Yeah. How you doing? So the disclaimers hopefully are in, so that those of you who are a bit confused by where I stand on the spectrum can understand. So that's, you know, I think when things are in perspective, it helps. It really does help. Hi! Hello! Yeah. The sanctity of marriage has to be preserved. A lot of us need to respect. We need to learn to respect marriage. Many of us do need to learn to respect it. Yeah. I don't mind wherever your belief stands. Yeah? I don't even mind. I'm quite happy for you to believe what you believe. I'm quite happy for you to operate where you operate. I'm not even going to make noise about your positions. But these are my positions. That is, and it's online. Okay? I didn't realize how hungry I was until now. Evelyn. If you don't believe in marriage, that's okay. I have no problem. Don't believe in marriage. If you like polygamy, no problem. Me, that doesn't concern me. I am happy for you to have your beliefs and to position where you want to position. I'm quite happy for you to do so. Hopefully, you also have the same capacity to respect my position. You have the capacity to respect my position. If you do, then we can certainly engage effectively. My mouth is busy watering. I'm going to start my food with light soup. As an appetizer. Then I don't even know what the main dish is going to be. Leftovers for sure. So those of you who were hoping I'll be here sad about what is happening to innocent Idibia, you know I'm a little devil. I believe in people and their actions and the consequences of their actions being experienced. So I'm quite happy for innocent to experience some of the badass karma that seems to be going around. And I'm also happy for Annie Idibia that she has been spared a little bit. You know, she could do with a break. And that concludes the first video I will make on this matter. But I can imagine you people will not let me rest. So later, when you come back with more questions and more information, I may come back and share my views on it. But know that as for me, I respect the sanctity of marriage. I expect people who make vows to honor them. If you don't want to honor vows, don't make them. But if you make them, honor them. But if a person makes vows and they want to change their mind and they want to go somewhere else, also permit them. Set people free sometimes. Because setting others free may be setting you free too. I'll be back. Those of you who are in the challenge, we are going to do December to remember. I will make my video too this evening so we can all update each other on how this is going. Yeah. Mwah.